Okay, let's start talking about well, we talked about sixes with the sevens, so we're not going to mention that. But the ninth, the 11th, and 13th, uh, that's probably a lot in one lesson. Let's just talk about the ninth, because even just the ninth, there's quite a few variations of the nine chord. So if we're in the key of F still, which this chart is, because the root note's still F. So if I start with the root major, then you notice that up here we're just calling this F major, and then to get a ninth to activate, I need to have a seventh of some sort be there. Okay, so that's the purple one, the E flat, and then the ninth in this case is this G right here. And I've got my sustain pedal holding down, so that's why you can still see all these. So there's a nice, beautiful, lush sounding F9 chord. Now, isn't that just interesting how there's just all those notes, but we just got a letter and a number. Here's why. We already know that the F by itself is this, and we're adding the 9. It's implied that the seventh is actually there as well. And the 7 that we're going to use is always going to be the flat. It's the flattened one. It's the dominant 7. And so if I got a 7 like that, it's just going to be F and a 7. But then when I add the G on top, we don't need to bother writing the 7, but we do write the 9. Okay? Now, as soon as I start changing some of these other scale steps to like different, or just sharps and flats to something else, you'll notice that the chord name changes. So let's just do one change at a time. So there's the F9. If I take this A and I decide I'm going to start and build this with an F minor first, now this labels it just as an F minor ninth. And to my preference and to a lot of other arrangers, they would probably not even bother putting the IN. They just go the lowercase m and the 9, just for convenience and making things, concise and not taking up too much space. So that would be an F minor 9. So F, A flat, C, E flat, and G. Now you might be wondering, okay, that's 5 notes. Am I playing those with just one hand? Well, no. I'm actually playing the thumb on the F, that's on my left hand, and then I'm playing the other ones like this with my right hand. So I'm going 1, 3, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, and then pinky's got that note up there. That's how I'm playing 4 notes at once with my right hand. You might find that a little bit of a stretch. Some people can't quite reach an octave or whatever, and so practice it. Stretch your fingers before you play, and eventually you'll be able to get this without too much trouble. So let's change another step. Let's go, we'll leave everything the same. We're going to leave this A flat here, but I'm going to take my middle finger, and instead of playing that E flat, I'm going to play an E natural instead. So now I have an F minor triad, but we're adding the major ninth on top. Again, I wouldn't bother writing the AG, the AJ, or the IN. I would just write F, lowercase m, uppercase M, and 9. That would be enough to denote this sound. It's got kind of a nice, ominous, kind of James Bond sound to that one. So again, I'm playing the that note with my left hand and the other 3 with this. Okay, so I would only need F, lowercase m, uppercase M, 9 to indicate that that's the chord that I was playing. And I think that's all there is. Oh no, there's one more. There's this one. Yeah, I didn't do this one yet. So the major 9, it just means we're building it on a major triad, and then I have to specify. Remember how I said the uppercase M is only used in one instance, and that's when we play this major 7, which is the E. But because I was talking about 9 chords, the G is also there. So I have F, capital M, 9 would be all I had to write down to denote this chord right here. So we got the major triad, add the E natural, and the G on top. So there you go, F major 9. I think that's all the types of 9 chords that there is. So there you go on the 9th chord lesson.